Hello, my name is Talei and I am a fit and fab mama. I am the emotional mindset practitioner in training. I am a supporter, a motivator, an inspirer and a lover, and I'm also a mother. So today I was just going to share a little bit about my journey and how I've ended up to where I am and the business that I've created from that. So I've always been into health and fitness. It was and has been a huge part of my life. But it wasn't until, babies came along that I realised how it really didn't satisfy me completely. So, we know as mums that post-pregnancy elements of ourselves can be more apparent than others. In particular, our fear can increase, our anger, our sadness, all those sort of lower lying sort of denser energies tend to come out of us when motherhood begins. And it's all through the emotional roller coaster we go through, learning to be this whole new role that was never a part of our lives, and we're suddenly all of a sudden looking after children. So it's a really massive change for us, and it's been through that journey that I really understood more about how particular parts of me stood out more. Like I was more angrier, there'd be, obviously we're tired and emotional, so there's a lot more tension, there's a lot more arguments in the relationship. You can be living vicariously through your children, become strangers with your partner. I don't know, there's a lot of disconnection that goes on there. So there's a lot of unhappy times earlier in the piece, and I was angry and I'm taking it out on my partner, and then also taking it out on the children. It was just something that I didn't want to go through continually. I didn't want to recycle that. I didn't want to be that mother that was always that way inclined, and also I didn't want to have this relationship that potentially could have ended because we're in this space, we're on this cycle, we're on this path that we didn't know how to get off. And I was always being that one to push whatever I was lacking onto whatever was going on outside of me and trying to make that all change. And so it wasn't until, fortunately, a mentor arrived into my life that I was able to discover what was going on and understand that all these sorts of changes that were occurring around me all needed to be taken care of within me. So it was then that I was introduced to emotion mindset coaching, and my mentor Tessa Alexa, who helped me gain more clarity on this side of my life. And so I understood about why I was angry and where the anger had come from and how it's a secondary emotion. And I also started to understand how our brain works and how it's this machine that encodes everything from such a young age, and it's always there protecting us. And so there's a lot of mismatch. And I was always known as a person that would always be quite deep, emotional, or she wears her emotions on her sleeve. I'd always cry at the I still cry at the flick of a hat, but flick of a switch, I should say. But I didn't understand why, and it was fortunate enough that all this became very clear to me through an amazing person that was sent to me from the universe, who helped me understand myself on a deeper level. And it was, my gosh, the most amazing thing I could have ever done. So I started on this journey of uncovering myself and just connecting more deeply with me and connecting with my soul and connecting with my heart and understanding how we're all emotional beings. And emotion is energy in motion, and understanding spirituality and how that's played now is a massive part of my life and my way of being, and incorporating the science side of emotion mindset coaching And blending the two of them together has just been a beautiful experience where I've unfolded myself to get me to a place and help me understand that as mothers, it's, that it all comes from us. All the family environment, the family unit, all starts with us as mothers. And once I got into this path of understanding emotion mindset, I was able then to realise how integral the whole idea of taking care of, our emotional space, plus also understanding how our brain works and our mindset and our headspace was such an integral part of our health journey. And incorporating that now into what I've created in Fit and Fab Mamas is a blend of recognising how important exercise is and movement, and also understanding how nutrition plays a major part in our life, and feeding ourselves with just whole, clean foods, and just breaking that down to really easy understanding foods that we can buy from the supermarkets, and they're easy for us to make and perfect for the whole family. And it's going back to that classic meat and 3 veg type of scenario, but a little bit more upscale than that, and just a combining of a lot more vegetables and understanding how protein works and how good fats work, and understanding that carbs are good for us, and knowing that feeding ourselves with really good foods is a huge part of our energy level, and a huge part on how our body works, and how we can raise ourselves up to the level to keep up with our family and our commitments and all the rest of it. But then there's my really true passion. I mean, all of them I'm really passionate about, but this is the area that I really love because it's deep, and that's who I am, a very deep emotional person. So the emotion mindset element now has just made that beautiful round idea of how health should be looked at. And emotion mindset is all about emotions, as I've mentioned, and it's a blend of the physical and the metaphysical. It's a blend of Eastern and Western medicines. It's about understanding how our emotions are who we are, and connecting more through that, and understanding that our heart is where all our emotions sit. I talk about how our brain can be recircuited and told new ways of being and new ways of thinking in the world, and overcoming those old conditioned thought patterns that have been part of our life for who knows how long. There's a lot of elements of meditation and understanding how that really all works, particularly for mummies, and how it's a beautiful free experience that we can give to ourselves, or anytime, any day, anywhere, to help reduce those times of high stress and always on the go, and fight and flight mode. I talk a little about how journaling is such a massive part to unfolding and understanding who we are, plus also that recircuiting of our brains. There's a lot of talk about how nurturing ourselves as mummies is such a massive importance to us, and how we always put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth on the ladder, but prioritising our health in all these ways is prioritising everyone else around you, because wherever mummy's at is where you'll raise your family up to. So the whole idea of nurturing and taking care of yourself on whatever level that is, and what level that looks like for them, but there's elements that emotion mindset is part of that nurturing process. It's also about understanding and connecting with our shame, and not being ashamed about it, and really connecting deeper on those lower, deeper sort of suppressed feelings, experiences, thoughts, ideas that we've had in our lives, and really allowing them to come out into the surface, being held in that space, being supported through that time, and guided through the process so that can come out at the end feeling that love for themselves and that peace of mind and that peace of being, and having that trust and self-belief really embodied within them, so that they can carry out their life through peace, love and ease, and can create a family environment and all other environments, all other things in their life and relationships to raise up to that level as well, because they've really connected deeply on who they are and really accepted themselves and released and had clarity on whatever else that they've expressed. So some beautiful, beautiful practices that I help mummies connect to and unfold and love. So yeah, that's me, Talei. So hope to hear from you soon, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.